All right, good afternoon. Welcome to Ramblings here with myself. My name is Josh, or also known as Mr. Floyd. Welcome to our universe here. And yeah, so we're driving to work here, and I'll flip it around here in a minute. But yeah, just wanted to say hi and drop a Ramblings here. Let's flip this around. We're on there you go, just like you're on the highway there, but bouncy, bouncy. So, all right, guys, so welcome. Thank you for being here and watching with us, and thank you for joining us in Good Dawning on Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific. But welcome. So today's rambling, I just wanted to really just say hi, set base, and really talk about some I am stuff here, as St. Germain has been wanting us to do on Good Dawning and things. But how was Angela today? If you missed Angela on Good Dawning, she did light language, and so check that out, and I will pin the Good Dawning there into the comments, and so you can check that out. And yeah, but grateful, guys. So I am, what is I am? I am is what you state, and so whatever you choose to be, I am is what I am, right? I am is what I am, right? It says Popeye the Sailor Man, and where do you think that comes from? It's the I am. I am who I am and what I am and what I state I am. And so you could keep looping that, and it gets a little crazy. I got to get the books, but we're going to do the I am books through St. Germain here, and we're going to read those and kind of go over those, maybe do a bit of a study of I am on the channel here. So once I get that together, I will announce when and where's and how's and who'sies and what's its, and there we go. But the who'sies and what's its will be in September most likely, and so we will do that when I have more space in my universe. But yeah, so what is an I am? I am is who you are. So what does that mean? You are whatever you choose to state. So if you're saying I am, we'll make a religion here. I am Christian, Catholic, Jewish, Buddhist, Hindu, Muslim, whatever it is for you, right? I am. If you state that, then you are declaring that as your frame, right? So I am statements. When you state I am awake, I am tired. What you are doing, whether you guys realize it or not, is piling stuff into your frame. You're creating and framing out yourself and your universe there. And so if you're stating I am hungry, right? So you're framing yourself as a hungry person at that moment, right? And so keep that in mind, that when you're saying I am, the I am statement is you. Ooh, we're gonna get crooked here. Let's get crooked. Straight. There we go. We got the yellow line. That means we're pretty level. All right. So I am. So I am hungry, right? So that means you are declaring, making a declarative statement, right? So if you're saying I'm hungry, what are you doing then? I am declaring to the universe that I am in the state of hunger, right? And so from that end, what do you do? Well, obviously, you're declaring an I am statement, so you have to then generate something to create that statement, to fulfill. There we go. That's probably the best way to state this here. Fulfill that statement to the greater source field, to the universe at large, right? So if you're saying I am hungry, then you're going to go get food, right? You're going to go make food. On your end, you're going to go out and somehow generate a way to either create money to get food. Maybe you'll DoorDash for half an hour or 2 hours and go buy yourself some food, whatever it is. I've done that before, right? And so whatever it works for you, you're going to create a way to bring in abundance into your universe to eradicate the hunger that you are declaring you are in state of right at that moment, right? And so I am statements are very powerful. If you see I am tired, what do? You go to sleep. I am stinky, right? I take a shower. I'm not, but I just took a shower. But you get the idea. You jump in the shower. So from your end, what are you declaring to your universe when you make an I am statement? I am tired. I am hungry. I am sleepy. I am whatever it is. I am. And how many of you say I am broke? I cancel that in my universe, not at all. But then you say broke, but you don't even add financially to it. You just say broke, right? So what are you then stating? You are broken to the universe, broke and broken at the same time, right? But you're not really declaring that you're financially broke, which we understand, but your universe takes everything literally, right? So keep that in mind, that when you're talking about finances in your universe, are you really talking about, when you say I am broke, or I am in lack of, or I am in need of the rent money? There's a good one. And I cancel that. I have it in my bank. But I am in need of the money for rent, right? So you would say that. Are you really in need of, are you in lack, are you really stating I am in lack of this rent money to the universe and I need it, right? Which is what you're stating. So I am grateful I have the rent money. And by stating that, you're making a declarative statement. So what's going to happen? Your energies are going to go out. If you say I'm in need of, then you're putting out energies that say you don't have, right? Let's think about this. But if you put out energies that say I have, right? I am grateful for having the rent money. There you go. And so you're already visualizing. There's nothing that's questioning that you have the rent money. You're holding that faith, right? The faith of a mustard seed, as you might have heard before in this universe, right? The smallest seed becomes one of the biggest trees, right? And so from your end, how do you then frame out your universe? We're going to put the window down. It's all stuffy. But how do you frame out your universe then when you state I am? And what are you framing into your universe with the I am? And what are you bringing in? I am tired. You go to sleep, right? And you wake up, I feel great. I am great. I am refreshed. How many people see, how did you sleep last night? I am amazed at how well I slept, right? There you go. And so you create that statement, you stand in that frame. So how is your work? I am terrible at my, people might say I am terrible at my job. Well then, are you ever going to get better if you continuously say that? I am improving at my job every day would be a better statement, because then you would create the situations energetically. Subconsciously, you're going to start creating. That's the thing we don't understand, and that people do not understand. We got a big truck up here, so this lane's going a lot slower. So we'll try to get over here, but see what we can do here. We'll flip it forward. From your end, what we're getting at here is, are you able to see into your universe, right? How the I am statements are really, when you declare, declarative statements in general in your, you're making a declarative statement to yourself in your, here we go, we got our space, in your universe, at least into the better moving lane here, in your universe, right, to yourself. Then what are you really stating? I am in a better space, right? Or are you declaring I am in lack, I am in need, I am not seeing, right? So if you go out and say, I am having a terrible day, then all you're seeing, you're allowing yourself, right? You're framing yourself to see is the terribleness of that day. So keep that, when you go out and state that. So keep that in mind. Ooh, there's a nice license plate. We're going to do numbers here. And I don't think you'll be able to see it. It's over here, but it's 5112. So that means that the 5 means hello change, right? 5 is abrupt change. Boilermaker. All right, so I know somebody went to Purdue. I'm going to flip this in. There you go, Boilermaker. So to the person I know who wants that, right? But so yeah, so 35, what was it? 5112. So like there you go. So 5 is change. That's nice to put it here. 5112. I had to look around and double check. But 5 is change. 11 is the universe getting your attention. You could go 112. Hey, it's you and the angels. There's a lot of different ways to frame that out. But either way, it's a really good number. And so are you seeing those things as you go around? Your universe speaks to you every which way possible, if you see it that way. But going back to I am, when you stand in the I am, when you wake up and say, I am frustrated, you're going to frame, you're framing yourself in frustration. You may declare, like, ooh, these energies are frustrating. That's a way better way to state this. What you're doing is frustrating. You know, putting IKEA furniture together is a frustrating situation for me, right? Not you. I'm not stating that for me. I know it's just what it is, right? When you're putting together IKEA furniture or something, but you get the idea, right? So how are you framing? Let's put that up. So how are you framing your universe? How are you framing things when you say, okay, this IKEA furniture, putting together IKEA furniture can be frustrating? Sure, you can state that, or the energies of putting it together are no fun. You could state that too, right? But how do you want to frame out your universe? There we go. And what are you looking to bring into that? How do you really create that? Through the I am statements, you're creating it all the time. So watch any declarative statement that you really make to your universe. This sucks. Whatever you're doing at the moment, you're declaring to the universe that it sucks. That's fine. Sitting in traffic. I hate sitting in traffic. Well, we know that it's a declarative statement, but you're going to gin up anger and frustration and hate energies, darker energies, instead of saying, this too shall pass, right? Because it always does. You choose what you sit in. So if you want to sit in the anger and frustration of it for 5 minutes, or sit in the, all right, this will pass. I can see my car rolling along. It's all good. I'm still going to get there on time, and everything is good, right? How you frame it out. And so a lot of this, when you're making declarative statements to your universe, is how you choose to frame it. And are you framing your universe, right, in a more positive fashion, in a positive energetic fashion? And that's the question I can't answer for. It's going to be a rainy night tonight, so parking cars at Red Rocks here. But so from your end, what are you seeing, and how are you seeing that? And what energies are you allowing yourself to stand in? That's the other question you have to ask yourself. What energies do you choose to stand in when you're out there? When you're really thinking about how you're framing yourself out, right? What are you standing in? Are you standing in lack, or frustration, or any of that? Really, hey, look at that. We got the front row here. Front row. All right, clear energy. See. But yeah, so how do you see that in your universe? And, so get conscious of that. Stand in your frame and realize through your real eyes, not your subconscious, your fake eyes and false trauma eyes, right? Your trauma body eyes. Your real eyes, which is your light eyes, right? Your light body. How are you seeing through your trauma body or your light body? That's the question you have to ask yourself. And when you're making declarative statements, I am. Maybe you don't have the funds for something, but all you can say is, I am this close. Or, I am right there. I know I have the money, right? It's all in how you choose to state things and what you're choosing to bring into your frame. Lots of ways, lots of choice in this world. And remember, words are spells, and everything you say, and we'll get to that one day as well. And we'll bring in some, maybe there's a book on that. We'll look that book up. But on words that are spells, and really goes into it. But, and spelling, right? Casting spells at spelling in school, right? So, universe, what are you seeing? And as we roll down the road here, this is kind of cool. But so, from your end, just be conscious of that. Whenever you say I am, stop. Hammer time. No, take 2 seconds, hammer it into your universe. Are you in lack, or are you in abundance? Are you making statements that are going to keep you in lack? Or are you making statements that keep you in all abundance? That is how, there we window something. But how you choose to see it, right? And so what are you choosing for yourself? We cannot answer that. Only you can, and only you allow yourself to frame that out however you choose to do so. So with that, stay conscious of yourself. Stay in love with yourself, of course. And stay in frame with yourself. Choose. Oh, look, license plate. There's a car number, right? All right. 888. I do jazz lesson performances. 888. I do jazz. So he's a jazz lesson. And guess what? I've been listening to the jazz channel here on the car. And all right. So your universe 888 directly next to me. What do we got? 560. So there's a number that changes. Trust the change that the love changes in love. 5 is change. Love is 6, and 0 is your universe, right? So 560. Here, I'll flip that. There you go. 560 changes in love in your universe. Our universe, and there's 64 over there. So when I'm 64, and I get to meet Paul McCartney, sort of from the front row with this, some crazy stuff, right? In October, so it's going to be amazing. So how do you see things in your universe? How are you framing it out? What are you allowing or disallowing based on the I am statements in your universe? Get conscious of that, guys, and stay awesome because you are. And remember that how you state everything in your universe. I am upbeat about my universe, or I am down about my universe. I am in my flow, whether you have it or not. You have to choose a lane, right? So if you don't have it, see it physically in front of you, choose a lane where it's physically in front of you anyways, and watch what happens. You're the grand arbiter based on your energies and how you choose to present it to the greater source field, and how you choose to vibrate it out. I am it, right? I am the flow that I am looking for, right? I am the money, all the money in the universe. I am everything that I ever did need, want, or desire, right? And by stating those things and pushing, letting them flow through me, out of me, into the greater source field, into the larger energies of all, by stating that, I become that too. And we all roll up again with changes in love in our universe. Boys and girls, ladies and gems, children of all ages. All right, I'm going to go ahead and drop this here and keep on trucking to work. One of these days, and there's a few where it's going to be gorgeous because the humidity and not humid, but the smoke and smog and stuff will be clearing as fall starts to slowly set in. We will make a stop and go live at the most gorgeous place I've ever seen, or one of, in my universe, and maybe in yours as well when you see it from the lens of my cellular telephone that makes very little calls but does a lot of cellular stuff. Yeah, all right, guys, I love you. Stay awesome because you are, and stay in the I am. Remember who and what you are, because you are the spellcaster of your universe, and whatever I am, and afterwards you state, you create. So keep that balance, and take for yourself the challenge. I challenge you for yourself to figure out, again, for yourself, are you being karmic and keeping yourself out of frame, or are you standing in your own frame there when you say I am? Are you coming out of lack, or are you standing in the abundance that you know that you are? Are you standing in the flow that you know you can create? And are you standing in all the joy that you really are? And we'll give you kind of an idea here of what we're looking at. But yeah, this is my right to work, and it's not too shabby at all, guys. And yeah, if it's clear out, this is one of the most amazing rides I have, jaw-dropping rides I have ever seen. But we'll get out here on a clear day, not a smuggy, foggy day, and a rainy, drainy day. But no, the rain is, into every life, a rain must fall. In order to know the sunny day, you must know a rainy day. So awesome, right? All right, guys, I love you all. Stay awesome. And, of course, if you're new here, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Please do join us every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. East Coast, 5 a.m. Pacific Time, 6 o'clock Mountain, 7 o'clock Central Time for Good Dawning with Mr. Floyd and Family. Who's the family? You, of course. And so do for Mr. Floyd and Family there on the Monday through Friday. And hopefully we see you in the chat. If you're new here, if you came from this, let us know. And if you watch this all the way through, surprise me with something to tell me that you did in the chat there, however you choose. If you're in the chat, in the comments, I should say. I'm usually live, so that's why I say chat. But so yeah, leave something in the comment to let me know you got this far. But otherwise, guys, I love you, and I'll see you all in the next. Thank you.